Hello, welcome to GameBabble. I'm your host, Jell. You know, there's a lot that can be said about the Bamani series, much of which I should probably hold my tongue on, but today we're talking about poppin' music. Poppin' music is probably my favorite entry in the Bamani series due to the fact that it has actual character and personality, and because the music spans a wide variety of musical genres. In fact, it seems they do this intentionally, as practically every single song in a poppin' music stems from a different musical genre, resulting in a game that has Eurobeat and rock right alongside Irish jigs and ragtime music. It's pretty awesome because of that. Of course, if you know anything about the Bamani series, you know damn well that these games are stuck in Japan due to the fact that Konami is thoroughly convinced that music games won't sell in America. Seriously. They're that fucking retarded. Anyway, if you also are familiar with the Bamani series, you know what happens next. They go, okay, fine, we'll give it a shot in America, and release some kind of vastly inferior, insanely watered down, made just for the US release to test the waters. Which of course never sells well because it's a piece of shit in comparison to its Japanese counterparts. They did this with the Xbox Live Arcade release, Beaten Groovy, which featured different artwork for no good reason, and only 10 songs. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. Well, anyway, it seems poppin' music is being given another chance in America on the Nintendo Wii with the release of poppin' music for the Wii, which thankfully is not a horrendous butcher job. For starters, this is a huge upgrade in terms of presentation, going from battling animated GIFs to full-blown 3D stages full of Miis that get more and more populated the better you do in a song. There's tons of multiplayer options, and even support for downloadable content. And that's about where the good ends. As for the bad, yeah, we'll talk about that later. First of all, there's very few single-player options. In fact, there's very few options. In fact, there's not even a lag compensation option for HD TV, so if you're stuck on one of those, you're gonna be kinda fucked. Also, unlike other poppin' musics, the Japanese release was 90% anime theme songs. As such, these songs had to be replaced with random American music, which varies in terms of quality. I guess it has good variety in some sense. Anyway, there's also less songs than there are in most poppin' musics. And this brings us back to, well, this. First of all, there is absolutely no classic 9-button support, it's 5-button only. You also cannot use a standard controller with it. Instead, you swing the Wiimote in different directions to simulate hitting buttons on a controller. Allow me to repeat myself. Instead of pressing buttons on a controller, you swing the Wiimote in different directions to simulate pressing buttons on a controller. And yes, as you've probably guessed, there's some definite control inaccuracies. Left and right are far too sensitive, while down isn't sensitive enough. What this means is oftentimes when you try to do a down shake, it'll register as a right shake, or in the rare instance that you do get a down shake to function, the hand will spaz out and hit both right and down immediately after one another. Because of this, they really had to dumb down both the scoring as well as the note patterns. Because of this, you no longer actually play the music as you play the game. Instead, you just make sort of drum-like noises along with the music. You have a wide variety of different drum-like noises to unlock and use, but that doesn't change the fact that you're no longer playing the music, but instead just making drummety noises. As you probably could have guessed, this is a fucking piss-poor representation of the poppin' music series, but at least for once it's not the US localization's fault, as all they changed was, well, the licensed music that they had to change, and they like removed a halo and removed the chans from some names. No, this one's all the Wii's fault, and this is such a terrible and watered down rendition of poppin' music. Even if the controls had worked, I could have only given it like a 3 out of 5 tops. And because it's just so watered down, and when judged on its own merits, it's a very generic and standard music game. It's nothing special whatsoever. With the control inaccuracies, I'm looking at giving it about a 2.6 out of 5. It's less frustrating than Samba de Amigo on the Wii, but the control inaccuracies are still going to drive you insane. However, this review is far from over. I have not shown you Poppin' Music Wii's ultimate fail. Brace yourselves. Yes, that's right. You can actually clear songs in the Wii release of Poppin' Music just by flailing the Wiimote around wildly. Oh, it gets worse. In some instances, this is actually more effective than playing the game right. There was one song I had difficulty with because I couldn't get the downshakes to recognize consistently enough. But then I went back and just flailed the controller around and I cleared it, no problems. I aced that shit. Good lord. This is so bad, I can't even stay mad at it. I mean, this makes every bad joke and cynical comment about the Wii into a reality. It belongs in a museum for the worst possible thing that could go wrong with a Wii release. In dumbing down the controls to function with their idiotic Wiimote and Nunchuck control scheme, they ended up accidentally removing the game. As such, I can't give this a real review score. I cannot give Poppin' Music on the Wii a legitimate score. In fact, I think the only thing it can get out of 5. And if you're a Poppin' Music fan just joining us, yeah, look a few episodes back, buy this instead. Anyway, this is Gel, and you've been GameBabbled. See ya.